I'm going to talk today about a new ICO called Resto, which refers to itself as a global food service loyalty space project. And I'll explain what that means in a second. Resto basically is looking to deal with and find new opportunities in this oversaturated market of dining options that we have here in the United States and in many parts of the world. There were over 526 billion retail food and beverage transactions around the world in 2016. And this is a market that's been booming for the last 10 years on every continent. And the forecasts are that it's going to keep growing. So both the number of restaurants and the variety of restaurants are increasing. And this is a really great thing, but it brings up some challenges. Like, for example, it's much more difficult for individual restaurant owners to maintain customer loyalty. And many believe that technology, specifically internet-based loyalty programs, could be the solution to this problem of lack of loyalty. And there's a lot of data that's already shown that this may be the case. And I'm going to talk about some of that in this video. Online loyalty programs at Starbucks have been tied to huge growth, and McDonald's can say the same thing, and as well as a number of other chains. And data has illustrated that the benefits of loyalty programs can be scaled down to smaller restaurants as well. But business owners can run into a lot of issues here. Most restaurants don't have the labor force to properly manage this. It requires marketing experts and IT. Market research has to be done. An app needs to be created. You need CRM infrastructure to be put into place. And this is all a lot of money for small business owners, money that many individual restaurants, local restaurants, the types of places I like to go to, don't have. It's something even a lot of mid-sized chains don't have the resources for. And the current state of restaurant loyalty rewards has issues on the consumer end as well. Huge abundance of loyalty cards and programs. I know that every few months I look through my wallet and I get rid of a bunch of these cards where I might have 1 or 2 points towards some reward. It's a low quality rewards program. It's managed not in a great way. And I just kind of feel like there's no upside to keeping that card physically with me all the time. And part of that is the consumer doesn't feel like he or she is really saving much relative to the weight, so to speak, physical and psychological, of having yet another one of those cards on you, for example. A lot of what's being offered is also often irrelevant to the desires of the consumer. So here's what Resto wants to do in response. Resto will provide an ecosystem where restaurant operators can easily create their own loyalty rewards programs, all within one larger global Resto loyalty program. All the operator has to do is make a profile on the Resto platform. Consumers also use that platform to participate in loyalty rewards programs at their favorite restaurants, which can even include cashback rewards. And the platform will all be fueled by one common cryptocurrency, which can be used between restaurants. Resto will also aggregate information about each customer, and on the platform, their preferences will be maintained, their geography. This is data which can be really useful to operators on the platform, but also consumers. Consumers will be prompted with offers catered to them according to their location and preference based on the past behavior on the platform by those individuals. And the platform does not require any special knowledge about blockchain or about crypto on the part of the consumers. It's going to be a simple wallet app for Android and for iOS, and they already have prototypes that you can check out on their website. Let's take a look at the Resto team. The company is headed up by CEO Sung Kim, who has over 20 years of experience in IT executive positions. Their CRO, Fabrizio Zampieri, has more than 20 years of experience in finance, investment, and portfolio management. Their CIO, Paolo Angelini, has been working in IT project management for more than 7 years. And their mobile architect, Biraj Bandari, has been working in mobile development for more than 7 years. Impressive team, a lot of focus on IT, including their IT infrastructure architect, Alexander Bender. He's been in development operations for more than 8 years. And a lot of these are the key components to developing a project like this. So one thing that strikes me as very positive is the amount of research that Resto has already done. A lot of projects make assertions and try to solve problems without fully understanding the market or the problem, or at least without thoroughly presenting what they understand about it and making it really obvious that they're engaged in the industry. That's not a problem that Resto has. Check out their white paper and all of the data that they provide to actually back up the claims that they make about the problem they're trying to solve and the potential plausibility of Resto as a solution. The usefulness of a lot of the Resto features will ultimately depend on adoption. And that's something I've said many times when we talk about these projects. The customer database that Resto says will be invaluable to restaurant owners because of its insight into customer behavior, into tastes and geography and how much consumers are spending, that's data that is valuable when a lot of people use the platform. And likewise, Resto is going to be useful to consumers only when there's a critical mass of businesses that are participating. But this is something that Resto seems to lay out pretty well in their white paper as far as a strategy for platform growth and adoption. So check it out for yourself. It's a really interesting project, and it tries to solve problems that the average person may not even be thinking about very often, but ironically are problems that hugely affect a massive sector of the world economy, which is retail, food, and beverage industries. This is not financial advice. This is a review of the project, the problem, the solution that Resto proposes, and their platform. Everybody should do their own due diligence before making any financial decisions of the investment kind or any others.